Hey friends, welcome to the Empowered Homes Podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to grow strong families by connecting church and home. I'm in studio with Meg. Meg, what's up?
Hey friends, good to be back.
Good to be back. We're coming off of a summer. We kind of took a little siesta, is that right?
Yeah, a long nap. I wish it was a long nap this summer.
We took a long nap, siesta. What word was I thinking of?
Well, you took a sabbatical.
I did take a rest.
I didn't,
But we took a little bit of a
hiatus.
hiatus. Maybe that's a better word. I don't know. The siesta's good too.
I like it. Summer siesta. I think we should incorporate that to every summer.
Summer siesta.
And so ministry leaders that are listening, stop all programming and just summer siesta.
Summer siesta.
We're here
Nothing
for it.
happens in the summer, just naps.
Yeah.
I took a lot of good naps this summer though.
Well, that's good. But you needed naps. You know what? I was scrolling on social media, which I rarely ever do, but I just happened to be on yesterday and I was looking at something and I saw that in Japan, a lot of people have like cots and things next to their desk because they're encouraged to take naps throughout the workday.
Oh, we can do that.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's bring some cots into the office. Air mattresses. You be hearing the blower. Airing up.
Yes.
It's like, oh, Meg's taking a nap.
Yeah. So siesta summer, naps
Siesta
during
summer.
the
So how was your
week.
summer, Meg?
It was so good. Yeah, it was busy. Our kids were doing the camps and VBSs and mission trips, and we did a summer or a vacation, a family vacation, which was good. But overall, it was great and crazy that we're kind of in back to school season and going back into fall routine, which by the end of summer, I'm always ready for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ready to get back into normal rhythms, and our summer was unique this year. It was a little different. At the church, I got to lead my son's mission trip, so I was kind of first time leading a trip with your kid on it. It was just different. It was good.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
It was fun. And then camps and all that stuff, but because I've been on staff 7 years, I get a 7-week sabbatical, and I took 3 of those weeks in July, and it was incredible. It was just so good. It was all family time the whole time. We did a bunch of great things, went to the beach. First time for our kids and myself to experience a real beach.
It's your first time ever experiencing a real beach.
Other than Galveston.
That doesn't
which
count.
Doesn't count.
Which is controversial.
Yeah.
There's people that are going to be really upset. We know people that have houses down there that are going to be really
I
upset.
love Galveston. I always
Yeah.
have. But to have like white sand, clear water, was the first time ever.
Wow.
For me. And the kids.
That's awesome.
Because I've always been like, I don't like the beach. It's boring. We're sitting around doing nothing, reading books, getting hot and sweaty. Like,
Right. And sandy.
And sand.
Sand and everything. Yeah.
Sand gets everywhere.
Right.
I like the beach.
I love that.
It was so fun.
Because you're such a mountain guy.
Yeah, watching my wife just she loves the beach, always has, and like we've never gone to the beach really together. It was so fun. Like we had a good time. We had an adventure. We lost a kid, so that was fun. Chapman got turned around walking back and just kept walking, and it was probably solid 30 minutes. We couldn't find this kid.
So crazy.
And we were like talking to everybody on the beach. We're looking for a kid with the mullet and taco swim trunks. So mullet and taco. We found him. And it was so crazy. Even last night he's like, Dad, you didn't seem like you were real worried. Did you even care that I was gone?
Ooh.
I was like, buddy, I had to keep it together for everybody. You stay calm. I knew we were going to find you. But I told him, I said, after we found you and you were playing in the water, I look at my watch and my heart monitor was going crazy. It was like, warning. And I showed Jen, I was like, I was freaking out on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we had a great summer. And now school year's kicking off. We're jumping back in both feet. I know you got busy kids. We got busy kids. We got kids involved in all kinds of things. And it can be hard to shift for families.
Yeah. The transitions, I've said it on here before. I say it to everybody that I talk to, and including to myself all the time. The transition between seasons is like always the toughest because even though I know it's coming, for some reason, for whatever reason, I tend not to be proactive in anticipating what's coming and kind of like setting us on a be ready path, I guess you could say, or whatever, you know what I mean? And so it always is just like, oh man, it's like a shock. I don't know. Maybe that's transition. I don't know.
Yeah, the transition, but it's like just a shock to your nervous system of like, oh, we're doing something totally different. Our weeks are different. Our mornings are different. Our days are different. And I think there's some normalcy to that that we all feel, but it can also be so overwhelming. And then we look at, prioritizing what's the most important things in our family. And a lot of times the most important things take a back burner to not so important things.
Yeah, because you think it's easy to shift these things. I'll get to it. And then the intention never, the actions never follow the intentions. And I shouldn't say never, but often those are the things that get put on the back burner. But in my heart, those are the things that I desire that we would stick to the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most important thing for our family, especially as parents and those listening who are primary faith trainers, like it's equipping and pouring in and investing into our kids, not just being good students, not just being good athletes, but being good humans who love and follow Jesus. And that's the priority. And so I want to take a few moments, Meg, while I was gone, you created this incredible guide for back to school, and it's so good. It gives us a blueprint for keeping priority of discipleship in the home, of us making Jesus the primary and not the secondary. And so let's jump right into this. There's two different versions. Explain the two. Yeah.
So this year, well, I think first, before we go into the guide, one thing that we haven't really like officially announced on any
Are we going to do it now?
particular platform is that we have brought a new staff member on board, and we will have her on the podcast at some point.
She's coming.
Yes. Yeah. But Danny has been added to our staff. She's incredible. And so she is a preschool mom. And so this year, for the first time, for our back to school guide, which we've done it for a couple of years now, we have a back to preschool guide, and then we have a regular back to school guide, which is for elementary tweens, teens, or parents of elementary tweens, teens. And so, and she dove right in and created this incredible back to preschool guide that is so sweet and so rich from her stage of life, and it was things that she was already walking through with her family. And so, she started it out with an article on how to introduce your children to God. Sometimes when our kids are so little, we think they don't get these big concepts, and the idea of God may seem very far for them to understand. And so she has some really great tips in here, 7 of them, of things that you can do as a parent to really introduce your children to understanding who God is and how he loves them. And then she also has a study of Psalms, the magical tree. So she has a cute little picture of a tree and walking your kids through very simple little lessons, reading a short passage of scripture, doing an activity, and tying it into what it means to be a tree. And God uses the tree, not to be a tree, but how God uses the imagery of a tree in the Bible and how powerful it is. And she uses Psalm 1:3. He is like a tree planted beside flowing streams that bears its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers. And so she just walks through that with her littles, and she so beautifully
and it's colorful.
Yes, and created this incredible. Yeah, I'll show it to the camera too, so you can just see if you're watching on YouTube. You can see what she created. So just some really wonderful activities for parents to do with their families, with their kids. And I'm excited because we get to use this guide also for our story times that we do here in our church. So if you're a ministry leader and you're thinking, okay, well, what would I do with that? So, if you have a preschool that you have in your church, like we're giving this to the preschool parents. Not all of them attend our church. And so we're excited to get resources into the hands of parents, and especially targeted for preschool parents who back to school is a little different. It's not necessarily school for all of them, but it's a new season for them. And so we're excited about that.
Preschool, it feels so long ago for us with preschool, but I remember we had one kid that was 3 days a week, one kid that was 2 days a week. And so preschool is such a unique time and such a foundational time for us to really pour into our kids. And this guide is an easy win for you to take and apply and add to your already normal routines. And then for the kids, tweens, teens, this one it has a little bit deeper, kind of challenging for parents. I love the opening article, More Than Grades, Teaching Your Kids to Embrace Failure and Growth. And we've talked about that. We've had episodes just on failure and allowing your kids to experience failure. But I think a key to that is the resilient aspect of it. Of we know our kids are going to fail at some point. How do they respond? How do they get back up? And how do they build that resilience in them? And this is a good reminder as we jump into the school year of setting goals, in which there's a whole section of setting goals in here, but of helping our kids understand that it's okay to strive for big things. It's okay for us, but it's also okay for us not to put unwanted pressure that they have to have a certain grade or they have to have this or that. It's a really great article, and it was written by some guy. What's his name?
Joe
Landy.
I'll claim him as
him.
my husband.
That's your husband.
And so that was actually a breakout that he did with Chris Kincaid, and they talked about that. And so I asked him to send it to me, and we condensed it into an article. So we also have a resource online that you can, on the website, that you can kind of walk through what does it really look like to walk with your child through failure and disappointment and all of those things. It's pretty rich.
Yeah, and challenging parents even to share their own failures. Hey, I've had to tell my son Charlie all the time, hey, I'm not perfect, dude.
Right.
I mess up all the time. He's like, there's no way. I'm like, you talk to Meg. She'll tell you. Yes, all the time. And then there's some really great devotionals to encourage students and families to kind of walk through of like starting things with confidence and starting things not just confident in yourself, but confident in who God says that you are. It's really, really good stuff. It gives you step by step of all of these. One of the things we always talk about too is conversations, having after school conversations. And I'm actually going to add this to one of our breakouts we do on conversations in your family. But my favorite question after school, and I've done it, I did it all last week, is not just asking, hey, how was school today? But like going deeper. My favorite question to ask, and my kids are getting tired of it now, but if you can go back in time, like you had a DeLorean and Back to the Future, you could go back in time and relive your entire school day today. What would you change? And the insights that I've been getting has been so funny because my youngest will start, it's like, well, I walked in and I tripped over the door jamb. Like I would change that. And it, like he goes from start of the day all the way to the end of the day. I get every detail. Daughter's going to middle school. She's kind of trying to get independent. So I asked the question and I'm not getting as much, but I'm still getting more than it was fun, you know. And then my oldest, he knows that question because we've asked it forever, but he starts making up stories and he starts like, oh, there's this kid who threw up in the lunchroom and I almost threw up. And I was like, did that happen? He's like, no, I'm just messing with you. I was like,
sounds like something you would say.
Tell me truth. Tell me like the real stuff, man. But again, we're laughing, having conversation. So after school conversation starters, what to say, what not to say.
Well, you told me about that. We talked about that. And I asked Riley, our youngest, who's same age as your son. And she told me that she would not go to school.
Oh,
and I was
perfect.
like, okay, well, that wasn't where I thought that would go. Yeah. So what's interesting is sometimes, not all questions are created equal. We talk about that, and certain questions work, and sometimes they don't. And then she did go into something eventually, but I was like, okay.
If I could go back, I wouldn't.
Right, exactly.
I'd stay at home.
I was like, well, that's not an option.
Yeah,
so.
You still have to relive your day, but go back and change anything. And then the flip side of that is like, Chapman really is the one because he's just all over the place. He's my big emotional kid. And he's like, I don't know if I'd take anything away, but I'd add all these things. So that's a new caveat. Like, what would you add to your day? If you could add anything, or add it to, whatever he was doing. He's like, man, I wish we had more time because some game they played at PE. He's like, I wish we had more time. We were so close to win it. And it's like, okay, that sounds like you, man.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
so good. And then it ends with goal setting, helping your kids set goals. We do this with our kids. We sit around, and even with, Charlie last year, it was unique. Some of his goals were, he said, I'm going to try out for every sport. I didn't think it was going to happen, but he did, except for one. And he woke up to go to tryouts, but then we gave him the option. It's like, buddy, do you want to try out for soccer? He's like, I've never played soccer. Do I have to? I'm like, no, go back to bed. And so goal setting, what's great about this is it talks about goal settings with how you connect with God, goal settings with family, goal settings to connect with other Christians, and then goals that help you connect with people who need the love of Jesus. So setting goals of like, hey, I want to have gospel conversations with some of my friends, or it's just a easy thing for parents to do to sit down with their kids, and for parents to do themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like this, I would, before you bring this up, if you're going to go through this, I would sit down with your spouse or by yourself, and you fill this out for yourself and what you want, and share that with your kids, and then allow them to do the same thing. It's just a really cool tool for back to school. I'm super excited about it. Meg, if someone's listening, they're like, hey, I want to download that. How do I get it?
Go to our website, empoweredhomes.org. It'll be featured actually right there on the homepage, and free download. You can download and print as many copies as you want. And if you're a ministry leader, you can take it and kind of customize it, if you want to, for the people that you lead. We see that all the time, that ministry leaders take it and kind of make it their own a little bit, and then give it out either digitally, or they print them and give them out any way that you see fit. We just want people to understand that when you put resources in the hands of parents, it helps equip them to do what they're called to do. And they've been entrusted with their families. And so encouraging them by equipping them, and then also encouraging them by helping them take steps to actually live out that commitment. And when are you going to do those things? And but it's just a piece of equipping that we are passionate about, and that really these resources have come out of that passion and just really wanting to help parents. Yeah. We
want parents to use it. And if you're a ministry leader, and we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago of like, are people actually using it? And I was reminded of like, I can't just not offer resources thinking, well, they're not going to use it anyways.
Right.
I can't control it. My hope and prayer is that they use it and they get so much out of it. And so if you're going to use this or have used it and you're listening to the podcast, we want to know. Yeah. We want to know how we can make it better, how we can tweak it.
Absolutely.
We want to know how you're using it. If you're a ministry leader, we want to know, like, what'd you do creatively to get this in the hands of parents at your church? We want to know those things. You can comment on the YouTube channel right now, or you can email us, podcast@empoweredhomes.org. We want to know how you're using it, because we're not going to stop, regardless.
Yeah, we're going to keep pursuing, putting resources in the hands of parents. And if you want to post on social media, we would love that too. We're not in it to get social media shout outs, but that does help other leaders and other parents know that this is available to them for free at empoweredhomes.org. That's our heart. We want to be open-handed. We want to share. And we want to hear your insight, because, your contributions matter. Other people's contributions matter, and what they're doing in family ministry and connecting with parents is important.
Yeah. So if you take this and you make it even better, please let us know so we can make it better for everybody.
That's right.
So
we're just using Canva, so anybody can do that.
There's some skill to this, though. You got to kind of know what you're doing. This looks great. But Meg, it's super awesome to be back into the school year. We've got a lot of great things coming up for Empowered Homes this next year. We got a lot of great episodes that are coming that we've already recorded. So be on the lookout for those in the next couple weeks and months.
We've got giveaways for books of authors that we have interviewed. So watch out for those on our podcast and through social media.
We'll be at different conferences and different events where we're going to give away some great swag and different stuff, and want to meet and get to know folks that are in the trenches, pouring into families, pouring into parents and kids. And we can't wait for all that God's going to do, because we know it's just going to be a great school year. We're excited.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you want more information about anything we talked about, you can find the back to school guide at empoweredhomes.org. But if you have a question, comment, concern, you can email us at podcast@empoweredhomes.org. It comes to us. Like
That's right.
It's a real email.
Well, I mean, just send your concerns to Bobby, and you can just send everything else to me. I'm just kidding.
I'll take concerns. Anything that's good, send to Meg. We do get a lot of like spam on that.
We do.
Email. Like some guys
Stop spamming us, people.
Some guy, whoever you are, if you're listening,
Yeah.
trying to ship stuff to us. Like we
Some
don't
guy
want
about fat tire bikes.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Don't want it.
Come on. Anyway.
We want to hear from the real people. So thank you guys for listening. Again, empoweredhomes.org for every resource you need to help empower and equip homes in your context and in your place. Thanks, Meg.
Thank you.